Hello and welcome back to the Remembering Tuscola webcast. I'm David Porter. I'm here with Mike Carroll and Bill Eaglehart, two of Tuscola's
Two of Tuscola's men.
two of Tuscola's residents.
Two old guys that forget.
Two old guys that know everybody and so they'll know everybody in these pictures, I'm sure. So what's going on?
Well, Bill will.
Anything before we got homecoming week.
We've got homecoming.
Everybody's got to come out to the parade to see the most epic parade float ever in the history of Tuscola parades.
Hey, when did we stop doing floats? I mean, FFA does one, but when the classes used to do that, we already asked that question to Marcy.
Well, I know. I just know my junior year, we got second place with a bottle of ketchup, saying we'll catch them. And then my senior year, you guys class won with Will Skunk 'em.
No, I stink will skunk 'em.
I stink will skunk 'em. Yeah, big skunk.
Yeah.
It was about 20 foot high.
Yeah.
Yes, it was.
It was great.
I
But
think
anyway, Dave, class of '83's got a secret float coming in that looks semi-professional.
Oh, it is awesome.
Yeah.
I think
I got a chance I got an early look at it. I snuck in there at the Hunt shed and saw it.
yeah, I told my wife, I said that was no accident. He asked me where the float was stored, and then miraculously he shows up.
He showed up.
Night that
Nobody
we're
slips
working.
Nobody slips one by the big guy.
No. So you think that was random that he just happened to drive by and see us?
There are no random consequences in my life.
So it is an old school float, and you'll hear us coming, and you'll see us for a while after we're gone.
I'm looking forward to it.
I think Dave pulled out his old DJ boombox. I think he's going to blow the windows out.
Really?
Lester's going to have the windows shattered.
Where's
Yeah.
the class of '83 having their big celebration?
Well, that's a secret.
Oh, Jay, man, Jay.
But if you'd like to come by Dan Meyer's farm about after 7 o'clock, we'd be happy to
I know
see
where he
you.
lives.
Well, the game's on at 7. So
No, on Saturday.
Saturday.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, Bill and I will be there to direct traffic and maybe grab a little food.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to I think Marcy said they got away from the old fashioned floats because being a school event, you have to have a teacher on
Sponsor.
site, a sponsor, and it's a big time commitment. I
Well,
mean,
who said it was a school event? We did them at night.
did you have a teacher there? Or?
Yeah.
No,
Oh, yeah, we did.
no, it was at nighttime. We
Did
can
we back?
get together.
Sure, we had a sponsor.
Yeah.
How can that be a
sponsor?
If a bunch of kids want to get together at night and build a float, how can that be a school event?
Well, but that's not the way it was.
I'm just asking the reason.
Maybe more in terms of liability now.
Oh, yeah. Well, if everybody thought about liability, we wouldn't even have any roads or sidewalks.
Yeah.
Chicken wire would have been illegal.
We'd go in our closet and wrap ourselves in pillows and not move.
That's
To hell with liability.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn lawyers.
Yeah, every one of them.
That's
They
right.
ruined life.
Show me a picture.
Let's go see some pictures. We're tired of this lawsuit stuff, liability. Oh,
That's an artist.
that is an artist, and I think that's Paul Ping. I could be wrong.
At the community building, you recognize any of the
Well, I recognize this.
picture?
I think my mom actually bought a picture from him. Is that Paul Ping from Camargo?
That's what Chubb Connor says.
Yeah, my mom had one of his paintings.
Nice speaker at the community building.
Yeah, he did. He
Michael-
did good lands.
Michael
think that
Forney
was-
says he's got a couple of Paul Ping's paintings, but these don't look like his, so maybe not.
Yeah, I I think over his left shoulder is a winter scene. That's my mother's. Becky, remember that over her piano?
Yeah,
Is this it? I think this is the Paul Pink she had
I don't know.
right there.
I don't know, but it looks like it.
Looks like the Paul Pink.
Look at
Someone-
Buster Keaton.
Someone asked
Yeah.
if it was Duke, and that's definitely not Duke.
No, that's not Duke, and Duke didn't paint.
No. Well, he painted one of a bird.
He liked the pencil. He liked
I've
the
got a
detail.
copy of it. Well, yeah, it may have been a colored pencil. It wasn't paint. You're right.
Don't forget Duke's, I think I said this before, but they interviewed him in the paper one time about his artistic style and what he thinks about his philosophy. And he said, I don't think to analyze is to paralyze. And that's my tip in the putting too.
Yeah, it's golf. Yes,
So-
it is.
There they are.
No, that's Denny Dietrich.
Bill Betzel.
Bill Betzel awarding a trophy, or maybe Betzel got the trophy for longtime fireman or something. Who
He was
knows?
also a bus, wasn't he in charge of the buses?
Oh, yeah, Bill Betzel ran the buses.
I think that's
He
a
was a fireman too.
There's a
that's a-
fireman on top of that.
Oh, that-
I think
Fireman on the
Betzel's
trophy, yeah.
awarding-
Yeah, Denny's getting
Denny's getting a trophy.
Denny's getting Fireman of the Year, which he got every year.
Where's that location?
Well, based on that chandelier, I would say I don't know.
Mm.
Oh boy, there we go.
Oh, boy, that's a dandy. That's Albert Teeters holding the plaque on the left, Denny Dietrich in the middle, and that's old Zig in the,
Is that Elmo Ziegler?
that's not Elmo.
Dean,
That's Dean Ziegler,
Dean
worked
Ziegler.
at the lumber yard.
Paige Jones, he was a
Yeah.
fireman. That's classic Tuscola Americana right there.
Yeah.
That's
Oh.
what's that, the late 50s, 60s,
Oh, you know what? That's later than that, maybe
70s even?
70s even, because Albert, of course, he was a contractor, handyman contractor. But Dean Ziegler worked up at the lumber yard forever, it seemed like.
Well, these pictures came out of an envelope that wasn't marked. So I have no idea when they were taken or.
Well, that's guy getting ready to get his colonoscopy. I've seen this show before.
Well, I think this is the same chandelier. So,
That's gotta be German hospital.
you know, it
Here,
could
honey, you'll
be,
see this. I want to show you this guy getting hot water.
That is all old school.
That's old school, David. That's before the modern outpatient tech.
I don't know who that is, though.
Doctor, make him bend over.
you might recognize this
Mike,
one.
this Mike Payne.
Back when Mike had hair.
Yeah, back when he had hair.
Yeah.
Goodness.
Most people don't know Mike had a sense of humor.
Yeah.
He was Bill's next door neighbor, wasn't he?
For a while, for several years.
Out in Parkview.
Mhm.
So I think, with the wig and this picture, they had some shenanigans going on at that
Well, he played nurse to that doctor.
that event.
Mm.
Hmm.
Boy, he
Yeah,
looks
Dion
familiar.
Richard.
Golly. He looks familiar. Did you have something on that?
No, I don't have anything on that.
Doesn't he look familiar?
Oh,
He does to me. I don't know.
I don't recognize him. Oh
I
boy.
recognize him. Go ahead.
Well, the old redhead.
Yeah, Red Prophet in his office,
Uh-huh.
Century Motors.
Yep, he's had an office back there in the southwest corner.
Mm-hmm.
I see. I wonder if this was somebody who worked for him,
You know, that could have been a parts guy or a service manager.
because this picture was also there.
That's Ron, what's his name?
Well, now, wait a minute. I do remember his last name, but I'll think of it when we're driving around this afternoon.
You know, David, I often think of about 3 weeks ago, I just want to correct it. 3 weeks ago, we showed this guy from the 50s. He's a big guy. And I said his dad used to deliver mail. We couldn't think of his name. Heacock.
Willis Heacock.
Willis Heacock.
Gee, honey.
Anyway, so sometimes I wake up at 3 in the morning, I yell out, Willis Heacock. And Becky goes, what are you talking about? And it comes to me.
You should have called
But
me.
this is Ron somebody. I'm going to think of it during the night.
According to Wanda Kraus, it's Ronnie Allen.
Ronnie Allen from Newman. I knew, seen him.
That's Red's new Buick, the 57 Riviera. It didn't sell well.
The old international.
It is pulling the Tornado.
It is pulling a Cadillac in. That's not good for business.
You don't run that as your ad in the
No.
Well, I think these pictures are probably taken for ads.
Well, that's a bad ad when you're hauling
That's
in.
a bad one.
Well, this looks like it could. Oh, there's our the Lee brothers,
The Lee brothers.
and that's John Hirschfeld. That's he couldn't find his jacket that day, so he just tore down the drapes. And
Put it on.
I got a John Hirschfeld story with Bill and his dad. We're driving to play golf in Champaign, and Monk is driving, and he's talking about John Hirschfeld. He's a very popular guy. He won Douglas County elections by 90%. And I said, why do you like John? And I knew John was a lawyer. And he said, well, John's just an ordinary guy. Just a simple, ordinary guy like us. And about then, a Cadillac blew by us about 90 miles an hour. And I said, Monk, there goes your ordinary guy driving a Cadillac that's worth more than your house. Remember that?
It was, yeah. That's taken at Scout Building.
Well, go back to, oh, you're going forward. Yeah.
And I guess it looks like to me that Jim was probably an Eagle Scout that
Yeah,
day. They might have both been.
Yeah. Raymond was awarded the Silver Antelope or Silver Beaver, some super high award. High as you can
Or
go.
something.
Is that Billy?
No, it's not.
Doesn't look like Billy Lee.
No. The Nunn Scout Building, Bob Nunn, class of 65.
Brian Lee said that's his dad's mom, Oma Lee.
Really?
Is that Ray's dad? I mean, Ray's mother?
Yeah.
Okay. I never knew her.
So that was Grandma.
Ray's nickname down at Martinsville was Hinker Lee.
Hinker. That's Mrs. Murray.
Lucille.
Lucille Murray.
Look at this picture, Beck.
Oh, gosh, yeah, she was young then.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Wonderful person.
Mhm.
I have sat at that table before.
She opened up her house for Thanksgiving to people that know where to go. And I wound up going there one time with Ann.
Didn't know where to go.
And I'm going, wait a minute. We've got parents we could go to. So I don't know how we got considered to be nowhere to go. It's people that their parents were out of town or whatever. She was a very open and gracious woman.
I didn't have Thanksgiving dinner there, but I'm sure it was delicious if she cooked it.
Well, and there was a table in every room. There's probably 40, 50 people there. They opened the house up.
She came to my classroom when I taught 6th grade and brought in this Shinto stick thing that she used to climb Mount Fuji or whatever it was in Japan. It's some sort of honor thing that they did. Her dad was in the service. So she went to school, actually, at an American school in Japan for a while.
I'm going to research that Shinto stick.
Yeah.
Well,
Make something out of that.
Well,
the old saying, behind every great man is an even better woman. And so if you thought anything of Jean Murray, this would be the reason why right here.
That's exactly right.
Yeah, she was the.
Wait a minute, we're looking up Shinto.
We're looking up Shinto.
Well, I think that's what it was. My God, how long ago was that?
Don't get defensive yet. Don't get defensive. I haven't proven you're wrong yet. There may be a picture of it.
It had, when you went up this mountain, like Mount Fuji, the priest would brand it that you'd been to a certain spot.
Now you're really getting out.
Well, I'm telling the truth, though. I remember it was a fascinating lesson she gave that day in social studies.
It's Goe, Obi, Hishwaki, wooden wands. What is
Well,
it?
find Shinto, would you?
What is this stick? It's
Right, maiden juice. This is Japan. Is that Japan?
Yohei stick.
Maybe you're wrong. There it is. Shinto down right there.
Yeah, it says
Shinto religion.
It's a kind of paper or cloth offering made to the gods.
Well, this was a stick. There it is down there at the bottom. It's
Yohei.
God dang it, you won't read them.
They're wooden wands decorated with two streamers.
No, scroll up. There.
What is
Look
it?
at this. Here it is. What is a fortune stick in Japan?
That's the omajakuki. Omajakuki.
Uh-oh, you guys are frozen up. There. I wasn't sure if you guys realized we were on the air.
Oh, I thought we were off. You said we were off.
We were all for a sec.
That's
Just
all
waiting,
right.
just waiting for you guys to come back. All right.
Marsh on the end here.
Something going on in the community building.
That's Harley Phillip, who was a mailman. Tuscola, really a nice fellow.
Built a little white house where Jack and Rhonda Ledbetter live now, right behind Orville Reinhardt's house next to my parents. Remember they built a little white house to retire in?
Yeah.
Not gonna get much milk in that milk crate there.
Well, that was a half gallon.
Like
That was
somebody,
the half gallon thing.
somebody cut the milk can down.
Yeah. There she is,
Oh boy, Carol McCarty.
Carol McCarty from Sweden.
And she came and talked to my class.
Did she?
Yeah. Just like Mrs. Murray.
Yeah.
There was no stick.
Bill married her. She's from Chicago, Swedish origin, and they made a deal to come to Tuscola for a while, then they go to Chicago for a while. So when Bill retired, I think she called her chip in.
Well, they're in
Well,
Washington, so that's
they were
still.
in Chicago for a while till
Oh,
they moved down. Yeah, they lived up there, and they tell the story. Bill tells the story, and I've heard it from others that they first moved to Chicago in this one nice subdivision, and Bill would go walking. He'd walk up to him and go, "Hi, how you doing?" Start talking to him, and they'd run away from him like he was deranged. You know, they weren't used to that in Chicago.
Yeah.
Then now they're in Bloomington, I think. Down there, his daughter Kim and Rob Judson have a wonderful people.
Yep.
Very special.
There's Ray Carlson and Betty,
Although it's not.
although it's not Ray and Betty.
No.
Who is that? Like, well, you sure?
No, it's not Ray. Do you have anyone to identify that?
No,
That looks like someone down around Hugo or Village Road.
Got the Hugo look.
Doing that dancing.
Got
Yeah.
that Hugo look.
Well, that river water.
River dance. Irish river dance. Oh boy, there we go.
Oh, man. Now that is something.
There's the
Harold Weatherford.
Harold Weatherford. What was the name of his band?
I forget.
The Blue Notes or Blue Tone?
There's Bonnie Christmas.
Is that Bonnie Schultz?
Bonnie Schultz, Bonnie
Bonnie Christmas.
Weatherford. Yeah.
Married
Married Harold.
Harold.
Yeah.
Who's
you
on the
talk about a
drums?
garage band. Look at the setting.
Well, that was Bissy's. They did all their big gigs were at Bissy's Tire Center. Who's on
Well,
the drums there?
I was just gonna ask, you, Mike, if you recognize that setting. And
Yeah, those are
obviously-
Bissy's tires. Those are
Obviously,
Bissy's.
you don't.
Those are Bissy's tires.
Those-
Could be
That,
Century
that-
Motors.
that is Huber and Sloan.
Well, that's what I thought.
Uh-huh.
But that is Bonnie, and she was a singer, I think, and I think Harold sang too.
Rudy Huber said they used to have an annual party out at Huber and Sloan and had about 800 people would attend it.
What was the name of their band?
Have to ask Bruce.
Yeah. They played at the Wick during the 60s. One of the popular bands.
Yeah, I'm looking here to see if anyone has said what the name of the band was. It might be in here. A lot of comments on that photo.
I bet so. That's Paul Flock in the background, Denny Dietrich. And I suspicion they're looking for the cause of a fire.
Yeah, fire of some kind.
Yeah. Picture in reverse because he switched hands on the guitar.
Oh, is it?
Mm-hmm.
Trying to see if the name of the band is anywhere. Well, I wonder what happened. That's the same picture, isn't it? Just in reverse.
Is it?
Yeah.
That's not. Mike, who is that sitting there?
That's Bonnie Chrisman with, that's not Jackie DeShannon, is it?
Nope. Nope.
That looks like Huber and Sloan's share.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, boy, Sheriff's Department a long time ago. Bob Hausman's seated. He's the sheriff. His brother-in-law is Bud Sterrett
On the
right. The other guy's an old boy from Newman, Virgil Johnson, right?
Yeah, he was in the Last Picture Show.
Yeah,
Oh, wait, that's a different.
yeah.
Ben Johnson.
Ben Johnson.
Yeah.
They've
Well,
got
a couple of them are related. Lori Ann Matthews says two of my uncles, Bob Hausman Center and
Yeah,
Bud
Sterrett.
Yeah,
Right.
Bud Sterrett,
Bud Sterrett married
their brother-in-laws.
a Hausman girl. Hausman's had, what were there, 11 of them, 9 of them?
Oh, I don't know. Too many to
All
count.
great folks. All of them, they grew up north of Tuscola, up near Hayes on the farm,
All related.
all related. One of the Tuscola's great iconic families.
Oh, my God.
That's Lonnie, that's their
Ed
Ed
Von
Von Lincoln, Lonnie Von Lincoln's brother,
Big brother.
big brother. There was, yeah, he wound up being, when I was state, he was chief of police over in Villa Grove.
If you ever saw the movie In the Heat of the Night,
Yeah. You knew
you knew who Ed Von Lincoln was.
Ed was a good guy.
Yeah.
And on the right is Terry Payton, according to Butch Hall.
Yeah. Villa Grove officer. This might have been when Terry was chief of Villa Grove.
I imagine it is.
This is in the 70s. Okay, that's all. My cousin on the left is Tom McGuire, who's most people don't remember was a part-time officer
And a good one.
and a good officer.
On the far right's Jim Polig.
Jim Polig, well, died at about age 41. He was a heck of a football player and a punter for Bill Bukovich back in the
Butch Wyrick
Butch-
is next to Jim
Butch
Polig.
Wyrick. And we should know the third guy.
I don't.
Butch Wyrick says is Tom, Larry, me, and Jim.
Larry who?
He didn't give a last name. Just says Larry. He only had one name.
Well, Larry.
Butch Wyrick's a good cop.
Yeah, Butch came back part-time. I just saw him a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, he just ended up being chief though at one time for a while.
Yeah, he was it.
Yeah, Butch, a lot of common sense with Butch.
Butch was your Andy of Mayberry. Andy. He was a kind of a small town sheriff that knew the people.
Yeah, he knew the people. We could work things out with juveniles. He was really
He'd give
good.
you a break if you
Yeah.
deserved a break.
He was good.
Well, zero in on that badge.
Yeah, you're not gonna be able to read it. Although it looks like maybe Ray or something. It's only about 3 letters in the last name.
Well, it's not a Ray.
No,
No, I don't have any comments on it.
yeah, it could be a state trooper, could be a state guy. That was that bad wreck here. Everybody escaped injury though, miraculous. Is that Harold Brinkley? Is that a Brinkley back there?
That is a Brinkley back there, but what is that?
Is that Jack Wellens maybe?
No,
Oh, is that Bob? Look, they got the camera.
no.
That could have been a
Surprise
train.
scene.
That could have been a train hit something.
I think maybe it's the junkyard.
Well, that's true. A train could hit the junkyard.
You know, one time there were a lot of complaints about the junkyard, and maybe they went out to.
Where's that building?
Well, that's what I'm saying. It doesn't look like it ain't a junkyard.
Yeah, I don't know.
They had rats. When I was a young boy, you could see a rat scurrying from here to there.
That's in the junkyard though.
Yes.
But this is not the junkyard. I mean, it's junky, but it's not the.
Somebody's got a bad backyard and the neighbors complained.
Yeah, could be. Well, see, there's
Oh, now we got
It's
it.
a junkyard.
Yeah, the high school.
Well, this is out behind that's the township shed. So
Yeah.
they're stuck elders.
There's ducks.
Or at the time it was Dwayne Otto's. This could be Tuck's house.
Yeah.
Was it 2-story when Dwayne lived there?
Yeah. This is how you recycled in the old days.
Yeah.
And I'm sure that Dwayne would recycle that stuff back then.
Scrap metal. You
Scrap metal.
take it over to Decatur to Saltick,
Yeah.
get a little check.
I think we may have had this picture
There's
before.
Alex Meyer in the middle and Mark Hatfield on the right, Deke Cawthorn on the right.
Christine on the left.
Christine on the left. Who's the second one in?
I don't.
That's Zane.
No, it's not a Zane.
The girls on the left are Ross.
That's That's Katrina's. That's Suzanne
Suzanne
Ross.
Ross.
Then we've got
Colbecker.
yeah, that's
And
Julie.
McDaniel.
Yeah,
in the
McDaniel,
middle.
Sharon Lamb, and Chris Beachy, Chris Baird.
Would be Chris Baird, yeah.
I think you may have got most, if not all.
No, that's not Chris Baird.
Well, it could be Hans,
Mary.
Mary
Beth.
Hans.
Beth Baird.
Beth.
That's
Baird.
Beth. Okay.
Okay.
Well,
Who's the
Well,
second boy from the left?
Phil Hayes.
Oh,
Julie Colbecker Little says left to right, Lance Christine, Susanna Ross Williams, Phil Hayes, Julie Colbecker Little, Alex Meyer, Allison McDaniel, Klein, Mark Hatfield, Sharon Lamb Staler, Derek Cawthorn, Beth Baird Reynolds.
good group of kids. Real good group of kids.
Yeah.
wonder if they had a float. So there we go. There's your guy, Bill.
Sure is. That's taken at East Prairie. That's Bill Sargent. And Helen Sanderson next to him. Laverne Wade is on the far left. And that looks like Nancy Smith on the far right. And I think it is because you know what we're celebrating? We're celebrating the bicentennial.
Looks like it.
I bet that's what it is. Boy, I've seen that picture in my mind a lot of Sargent and Helen. That's great.
Oh, you always said that was your favorite mentor. Right?
Yes, oh, without a doubt, he was a special guy for me. He
He
was.
gave you all the tips on how to handle nuts and
He gave me a lot of breaks. Is what he offered. He offered me a position teaching in the Tuscola district. I was in Arcola. What most people don't realize is Bill Sargent was captain of the football and basketball team at Arcola.
well, his brother was the announcer down there was a good athlete too. What was Jess?
That's his uncle.
Oh, Jess is his uncle.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah,
Those-
Bill was good.
Are those cakes?
Yes, they are. I was at Arcola at this time during the bicentennial. I was teaching down there.
I would have been attending this school. I would have been in 6th grade.
Well, your finger's in that one cake.
I
know
probably had one of those slices of cake.
you might have.
Boy, for a few years there, you were lost in the wilderness, weren't you?
Mhm.
Well, that's true. I was raised by wolves. You recognize this one?
Looks like Debbie Horth.
Is that Deb?
That is my cousin, Debbie Orth.
There you go.
She's a sweetheart. She works down the paddy wagon. Becky and I were just in there yesterday talking to her. Always got a smile. We said, Becky said, "Are you always happy like this?" She goes, "You better check with my husband."
He was a Dallas.
Now, she was a Dallas.
Yeah, I said she was a
Oh,
Dallas.
okay, yeah.
Yeah, Debbie Dallas.
Yeah, her dad and my mom are brother and sister.
There you go.
Now, this is the German hospital. That's the surgery machine. And this has got to be up at the, is this Parkland when they opened that little planetarium?
Might have been.
Well, this was in with some pictures from Oakland. I put this picture in.
Oh,
The
yeah.
Oakland astronomer thing there. What do they call that building?
You know, they, if you got time for a story, they came down to buy that land north of Oakland, and it was owned by Mark Petty's dad, T.O. Petty. And Mark and I had a political science course down at Eastern in the late 60s with Hollister. He was talking about eminent domain, saying the government will take your land, but they will pay you just and fair compensation. He had kind of a draw. Mark raised his hand, says, "Well, I beg to differ, but they took my dad's land for an astronomy thing and they cheated us." And Hollister goes out, "Petty, you damn Republican." Maybe we joke about that. And when I was state's attorney, the young kids from either Oakland or Hinesboro, somebody, they were out there at night running their cars around, screaming, yelling, honking their horns. And the astronomers who were working at night there got nervous. And evidently the law enforcement didn't do a good enough job protecting them. They closed it down and wound up building an astronomy out in San Diego. So would you rather go to San Diego or North Oakland?
I'd rather be in North Oakland.
So would I. But anyway, during my reign as state's attorney, we evidently could not protect them from the local roughnecks.
Well, I put this picture in because I just wanted to hear what kind of story Mike would spin on what this piece of equipment was.
Well, I have no idea if what I said is accurate. I just thought it was a good story.
It
Yeah.
is a good story. They vandalized that
Yeah.
building that housed it.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's David Henderson.
That's David Henderson. Looks like
Yeah.
Lance Little over
Yeah.
there.
It's all left, David Henderson in the middle.
That's Tony Hawk is in the blue shirt, front row.
Blue. This is black and
Or,
white.
well, it's black. I guess it's black.
You seeing colors here?
Travis Russell is number 18 or number 10's squatted down there. Jared Coatney's in the background. Doug Pickett's waving. We have a Russell in there. My goodness.
He's a Chicago Cub.
Well, you know what? It looks like that is, God dang it, Kappa's, Caleb's buddy. That's Dennis and Jane's boy, Kappa's boy.
Boy, Lance looks like a little, doesn't he?
Yeah, but is that Lance or is that the Fredericks kid?
Well, you know what? It looks like Lance, but
I think
Denny Fredericks had a boy.
I think, yes,
I don't
they
know.
moved and he was a good athlete.
Then he was an Oakland boy down North Carolina now. Well, who is that?
Well, I think it's the Fredericks kid. Do you have names on these? You should.
Well, I'm looking, but I'm not seeing either one of those.
They had a boy and a girl.
This was taken at East Prairie. Yeah, that's Fredericks kid, I'm sure now.
What was Henderson was about the class of what, 87, 85?
Henderson, 2 years older than Caleb. He'd be class of 92.
Oh, okay.
Gina Michelle says Buffy Mars, Shelby Best, question mark, Jamie Russell, question mark, and then Doug Pickett, Jared Coatney in front, Toby Russell, Chad Kappas, David Henderson in the striped pants, Eric Alexander says Kyle Frederick next to Shelby in the road.
Okay,
Mhm.
I guess it is, apologies to Lance Little.
Mhm. Well, it's a compliment. It's a nice looking kid.
Yeah, he was a nice kid.
Tony
Mhm.
Hawk in the right front in the athletics department tee.
I got that
In
right.
fact, the Fredericks kid was,
He became a good athlete and doing something.
they were good kids when it was during the winter, and our neighbor on Penzance Street, Laura Leafletter's dog died. Ted was going on a job. Ground's frozen. She was really upset, didn't know what to do. And Kyle Fredericks, about 8, 9 years old, went across the street and said, "What can I do?" And he went out and, with a pickaxe and a shovel, dug a place in the ground and buried the dog for her. Yeah, how many young kids would think to do that?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Judy Craddock says Amy Cottle is in the back and Doug Foltz is next to Dave.
Well, that's Doug Foltz with a Cub shirt, you think?
Doug Foltz
I
was
would
in
think on the
Calgary's
other
class.
I would think on the other side, Doug would be
Oh, the
blonde.
left hand, the blonde hair.
Yeah. That'd be
No,
my
that's not Doug Foltz. Doug Foltz is in Caleb's class.
Well, this could be more than just that one class.
Amy we see on these commercials at this girl has out of Champaign. She's a real pretty girl, hairdresser now.
She's in what commercial?
It's a thing that
Oh, bra.
yeah.
Leslie Butler says Matt Snyder is behind Toby
Big
Russell.
girl. Do
Matt-
what?
Leslie Butler says Matt Snyder is behind Toby Russell and Doug Foltz is to Dave's left. So those are the names I had.
Yeah.
Well, the Fredericks guy was he didn't graduate from here, so that was the hard one. There's Mrs.
There's Helen.
Helen Sanderson.
It looks like
Eating
they're
that-
eating the cake,
Eating that flag cake is gone.
but this is 1976.
It's not 76.
I
No,
thought that
hold
was
on, let me-
bicentennial.
Okay, let me give you something else here.
This looks old. Yeah, these kids are younger than me, so
Yes, they're much younger.
this would have to be after. This would not have been
These
the
kids
bicentennial.
graduated in 92, so this would have been 88.
So that earlier picture with the cakes, that's not the bicentennial. Because they're eating the cakes
Mm-hmm.
and
No, so it wouldn't be bicentennial, would it?
no.
Because of these kids being younger,
Hmm.
Bicentennial plus 20,
plus
15.
plus at least 12. So 76 to
You seen,
88.
you recognize any of the kids, Bill?
Oh, yeah. I mean, that's,
Who are they?
well, right now.
Yeah, right here, the picture in front of us.
Well, that looks like Doug Snyder, or that'd be Helen's grandson, Snyder boy. But I can't tell who that I'm trying to identify this girl here. Don't know who that is, if it's a teacher or if it's a student. That's Mrs. Waite in the background. I can see her. Go to the next picture. Maybe we've got something else.
I think that's
That's all?
that's the last picture.
I wasn't there for that, I don't believe. Well, I was, but I wasn't.
That's Bill Englehart on the right.
The
Who's that guy with that looks like an orange hat? Who's that?
Who is that?
mm.
Looks like he's probably about 50 years old.
I put on my Tuscola colors today for homecoming. Plus that it's senior night for the golfers. Supposed to have a golf meet this evening. We'll see.
Oh, you are?
It doesn't rain, yeah. We had the conference the other day. Girls won the conference.
It wasn't in the paper again.
I know. Well,
There was a huge meet. I looked at the News Gazette next day. There was all these golf events, and there's nothing from
Braden
Tuscola.
Goff was the medalist
What
for
a
the
shoot.
boys.
What a shoot.
78.
Oh, that's good. Break 80.
A tough 78
Break
because
80.
it was windy that day.
Break 80 is a good round.
Yeah.
So why aren't these, I've asked this before, but No Tuscola scores.
We're missing Tuscola scores in the
News Gazette.
News Gazette.
They have everybody's scores except Tuscola's. And the only time we get in there in volleyball is when we're playing somewhere else. At home, I've never seen them. I don't know what's going on.
You have to report them. I don't know. I really don't. You're right. If you play somewhere else, you get the scores, right?
Yeah.
Hmm.
For Braden Golf, that's a
Yeah.
78's a good round.
Well, against the kid he was playing with, who already accepted a college
Is
scholarship.
that the Arcola guy?
No, this is a kid from Clinton who can really flat out play and hit it. Man,
What issue?
79, because he had to play number 18 hole. He was one ahead of golf going into 18.
Buddy, you just take a bogey and go home.
And he was first off the tee. And once he did that, golf looked at me and I told him,
7 iron.
here you go.
You blow in the water.
Actually, his second shot was a 4-iron, 225 yards on
Oh.
the green.
What the first guy do, go in the water?
Yeah, he screwed up.
Yeah, I
Not
know.
once, but twice.
I always liked, in match play golf, I always wanted to go last. The pros say go first, put the pressure on. I said, no, I want to
No,
watch my.
I want to see what he does.
Yeah, if he hooks out of bounds, I'm hitting the 9
Yeah.
iron.
Okay, we're ready.
We're ready, David. Tell us something interesting.
You ready?
Yeah.
Well, I think we're done.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
That was quick.
no. Well, he cut out part of our,
Oh, you cut out the Shinto stuff?
No, you froze up. I paused it while you were frozen.
oh, really?
Oh, so
We froze
you
up
didn't get all
during
that
that?
Shinto stuff?
Yeah, you froze up, and then I lost audio, and then I lost visual, so I paused it for.
That was the best part when we
It's
were
only,
researching.
well, most of that time, it's only paused for about 5 seconds.
That was the best part. We were actually funny during that 5 seconds.
No, you weren't.
We were funny.
Funny looking.
Funny looking. Well, David, we'll look forward to hearing about your reunion next week.
Yeah.
David, you've hyped it up so much now. There's nowhere to go but down.
We will deliver.
Now you have what? How many people coming home? 70, you said?
And tell
We
me
got
when-
7. Last I heard, we had 75 signed up for our dinner.
That includes spouses.
It includes spouses.
Becky wants me to remind you that after the game Friday, have your class come to community building. The Alumni Association's sponsoring
Everybody's welcome.
everybody's welcome.
You have to be 21 because there's alcohol.
Well, I think class of 83
Yeah, I
qualifies.
do too, but I mean, people think they don't come.
I plan on being there.
Well, I will be downtown. What time's the float coming through?
But you can't have 2:45, I think, is the parade. Better get there about 2:30 before that.
Hmm.
Get there early.
2:45 is great, right?
Is there a place to sit or lay down?
Downtown?
No.
You go, oh, you mean at the what aspect are you talking about?
I'm talking about an old man standing for a half hour.
For the
Bring
parade?
a lawn chair.
Bring a lawn
Oh.
chair.
Go downtown and sit on the bench at Flesser's.
Well, Paul Wizzavati will probably have it already.
Well, there's benches there at Festival Corner.
Oh, that's where we'll go, honey. We'll go to
Okay.
Festival Corner.
Right.
While you're there, you can get a library book
I may
because they have that box, for
Oh.
library.
Okay, there's even some food there.
Well,
If I get hungry.
if you get hungry, there's
No.
food.
That's not what it's
There's a
for.
food box.
And for you, Mike, you may want to bring earplugs because we're gonna be loud and you'll be out there on the
I
corner
heard you were gonna,
shaking.
I
You'll
heard,
be
yeah.
shaking your fist at us.
Yeah, well, that's what I expect from a top 3 class.
Mhm.
Well, you had a good class, David. I gotta admit, it's up there near the top.
Well, it's gonna be great. If we don't lose all the tissue out of the chicken wire by the time we get downtown.
And I think I read where Rhonda McCumber, Doug's wife, is gonna be the parade marshal.
Grand Marshal.
Grand Marshal, she retired after all those years at the school. She survived many. superintendents and many principals. So if you can weather some of that turmoil, she did a great job.
Yep.
Well-deserved retirement.
I got, she did undergo some turmoil.
She did, and she didn't complain or
Never
peep.
said a word.
Never said a word. I would have shot somebody if I worked there.
All right. Well, we'll see you Friday and Saturday for the homecoming. We'll see
We'll be there.
everybody next
Be
week.
there, be
for,
square.
All
I'll be
right.
wearing my Tuscola. I'll be wearing my Tuscola orange.
All right.
Thanks a lot, David.
All right. See you next week.
Okay, bye.